Ford was sick of those fucking Star Wars anyway. And
Oh yeah.
I would have had them like uh, have him die in a blaze of glory, right? And then uh, have the other two like, well, we gotta send this off. We gotta send these motherfuckers off and have it do it that way. So basically their character, because I think all three of their characters had to die. I mean, and when the woman the Leia, when she died in real life, I mean, they kind of sealed that. you know, you just knew they were gonna take care of her character wasn't gonna live. And um, but then I would have had it like you have like three making about. I don't understand why they don't know how to tell stories like this. You just have like you have like based on six new people, and you have three other people get influenced by the dark side, and you got the other three that get influenced by the light side or whatever it's called, right? You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And then you have this battle, right, over three series. You know what I'm saying? That you just got that's what I would have did. Is like have them like Luke train, like do a Jedi training school, and then you also have this other force, like the other, have something else. Stop having cabal, goddamn, have something else. Have some. You don't have to need a Sith. There's got to be more evil. There are more evil people out there than
Stop
Sith.
having cabal, goddamn.
Yeah, you
Where
know
did
what I'm
that come?
saying. It's like every two DLCs are the cabal. So stop having them motherfuckers, right? You know, just start having something else, right? And that's what I'm kind of, or and that's a uh, like and really have people diverse tell the story. Stop, have somebody who really understands where George Lucas was trying to, have who understands the world of Star Wars, but have a whole new story and more creative with it. And the thing is, you got to have people on the same page. You can't have J.J. Abrams thinking one thing and then this other fool comes in and he got some other idea, and then they try to course correct whatever the other fool fucked up. I mean, it's just this shit like that don't work. You know, but this whole thing with that whole um, what they call it, Sally Sue, Mary Sue, that whole Mary Sue
Mary
shit.
Sue.
Yeah, that whole Mary Sue shit with that Ray, what the fuck her name? Sally Jenkins. What's that girl's name? What's the real one? Damn it. Um, the Ray woman. Anyway, having her fucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Should we get this on tape? I don't know. Let me put this on tape. Uh, this is probably. Oh man, I don't have enough. It's like let's see. Yeah, you just what's going on with this? You just gotta. Yeah, I mean, it's like I just don't understand like how they have it where they have this woman. Okay, you want to do a review right now? Let's just do a review, okay? And let's just kind of make it clever, funny, whatever. Um, so uh, let's put this on YouTube, okay? You ready to start it?
um,
What do you want to do a review of? That's a review of the Star Wars that
Star
last
Wars,
one. Yeah,
the movie or the show?
the movie.
Jeez, I don't. I never watched it.
What that's what we had to do a review. Why we didn't watch it. we can start with that first one, and while we didn't watch the other ones, or we could do a review of Elden Ring. We could do a review of whatever you want to do a review on while we're talking. Just to be silly. I mean, nothing too serious. What do you think?
Um,
You not prepared?
maybe you kind of just threw it up. God damn
Okay,
it.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Are you in here?
Am I in the tower?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I gotta erase these things. I would just try to get 5,000 before they nerf this thing tomorrow. But anyway, my point is that we really I wanted to say that I was just kind of just disappointed with how they did with his character and the way they bait and switched it. You know, they made it seem like he was gonna be, and he said this. John Boyega said this. He said that don't look, if you really want to be invested with minorities and having them be kind of included, don't just give lip service to it. Don't act like you give a fuck about them, and then you promote them, because they really promoted him. Honestly, they promoted him like him and Daisy Ridley. Oh, that's her name, Daisy Ridley. Him and Daisy Ridley was the shiznit, right? Like they were like the equal partners, right? They were going on these fucking whatever you call those things when they go places and they promote it. They were going in there and they were promoting this like they really were um, like like the stars, you know. And they even was introduced like the leads of Star Wars, the new generation, right? And so let's look at this. Uh, Ray ended up being a Jedi. Kylo Ren ended up being a Kylo Ren, and I don't know what that pilot guy did, but anyway,
Poe
but,
Dameron.
but yeah, and they really, let's talk about all the fuck ups. So they made this motherfucker, John Boyega's character, a no-name motherfucker, like he's a slave that don't even have a name, and Poe gave him his name, Fan. I don't know, and by the way, I don't know. I haven't looked at it. The two men, I can't remember, but I don't know if they ever came up with what John Boyega's name really was. Right? They like, who is he? Where he's from? No, he's just some dude who I don't know, just left being a Star Wars. You know, like nobody ever quits their job. Like, like he just some dude who just quit it, who was a senator, and now he didn't work in no science department, right? He didn't work in the financial department. He didn't work in the legal department. No, he was a janitor, right? He worked in sanitation, fucking sanitation, man. That's what we sat there getting excited for months. For months, we got excited, and we got excited for one of the main black character that we have to be a fucking janitor. That's what's like. Now I'm getting upset, but that's what really pissed me off is you telling me that we get this Star Wars, and we weren't even know Star Wars. We weren't fucking with Star Wars. It was a bunch of, I hate to say it, but it was a bunch of white people. They were they were running around with toys. What they didn't have no fucking. I mean, I bet you that Lando Star Wars figure. They probably didn't even have no Lando Star Wars figures back then, right? They had a Han Solo. They had a Jedi guy. And then they had a woman with the bonnets, right? they had a fucking, and they had those figures, right? And then they had a bunch of stormtrooper figures and Wookiees and Wakis or whatever the hell they call, and they had a bunch of other stuff. But the black dude, they didn't have the. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna see if they even have it. And They didn't even know how to make black characters back then. Like the color, you probably look at it, it probably look like some white dude. They probably made it white just so they trick they trick these little kids back then, the little white kids. They probably batted this. They probably bought uh, Lando's figure and thinking it was because it was light skin, and they're like, oh man, it's white, yeah, like Orlando, yeah. And then they go to the movie and say, but this is black dude, what the hell? You said you tricked me. So even back then they probably had those anti-social justice warriors. Like in 1977, when they got the Lando toy, they thought it was a white dude, and then they go to the movie as a black guy, and they probably like social justice way back in 1970. Well, I don't know what to call, but it's probably social justice warrior. That's what you look at the origin of where social justice warrior came up. It was probably somewhere where some white guy who just got the Lando toy and found out that it was played by a black character in the movie, and he was like, you know what, mom, I don't know. This is social justice warrior. You know. And years later, there's a 57-year-old man wearing Iron Man pajamas with a bunch of toys hanging around them, talking about social justice warriors. That's where they get it from, you know. And that explains why they complained about a black character now taking over, because they was misled that Lando was a white dude, right? And I mean, I don't know. It's just a bunch of bullshit, And I don't know. When they talk to John Boyega, I bet you they were saying, if I ever get a chance to meet John Boyega, I would just say, man, tell the truth, man. What the fuck what was you thinking when you found out that they just had you just be some fucking coon running around, And I bet you he was like, well, yeah, I'm going to be the Star Wars. Yeah. I'm going to be, man, this is huge. I'm going to all these conventions. I'm going to be, people. Wait a second, why am I getting all this hate mail? Goddamn, fuck that. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to be rich. And black people are going to revere me. They're going to make statues of me. They're going to make statues of me along with Martin Luther King and Barack Obama. I'm going to be up there with Denzel Washington. They're gonna have a Mount Rushmore, and I'm gonna be one of the figures on there. And then, and he probably filmed a different movie. When he actually was filming it, they probably told him, hey, he's a Jedi, right? I mean, he was probably running around with that lightsaber thinking, oh, I'm a Jedi, right? And then when they actually edited the movie, and he looking at the movie with his parents, he said to his parents, hey, I'm a Jedi. Then they actually showed, he goes to take his parents to, who I think his parents came from Africa, and his parents like, John, I don't know about this story, but it looks like you cool. I don't know, John. This ain't going too well. He's like, no, Pops, I swear I'm a Jedi. And then halfway in the movie, just like it, way across when they did the premiere, and way across the pond, from England, in a theater in Lakewood, I'm confident in my son. But when you go way back across the pond in England, and John Boyega's father like, oh, they played you, but that's okay. You will get past it. And John Boyega cried. Oh, no, they fucking got me cool. They got me cool. And then they fast forward to you. Oh my God, that nigga's a cool. Oh no, he's a cool. No, son, don't cry at that shit. Look. They gotta do that. They just give it the first movie. He gonna be a Jedi. I swear he gonna be a Jedi. He gonna be a Jedi. And then so we'll wait till reviews, but we ain't spending no more money on this motherfucker, and we ain't going to that 5 other movies I purchased. We're gonna do that. That week. We gonna fuck that shit. And then you go fast forward back to the pod, and John Boyega like, no, Papa, in the next movie, I'm not gonna be better. It's gonna be better. This Finn ain't playing around. but John, I don't know. You don't even look like you alive. You look like you dead. No, Pop, no, I'm alive. Yeah, but why you laying down? Why ain't you waking up? Why did that white girl kiss you on the forehead? She think you dead. And then you fast forward to next years later. John Boyega like, God damn, that's the second movie. No, they got me even more. They got me even more coon. From what I understand, they didn't just totally had him go. Then they threw this Asian woman in there, and then that poor woman. They really fucked her character up. They put this poor woman. They throw her in there, and then they talking about why you got these two men. This black dude and this fucking Asian woman. What is this fucking Asian? What's a waste of time? All this kind of shit. Just racist shit, right? And it's just ridiculous, right? In the meantime, Daisy Ridley probably like, man, they hooking me up. Even Daisy really had to go. Even Daisy really had to get said, you know what? How the fuck she gonna be doing the force touch, right? She didn't even know how to knit the other day. How the fuck? This bitch don't even know how to knit. How the hell she gonna be doing it? She can't do nothing else.
You know what it is. So John Boyega he's sitting in the back. He's all upset after reading the script. And while Daisy Ridley's sitting there drinking a pink lemonade,
yeah,
I'm like, yo, I got a maid, right? And she's like, John, are you alright? Like, no, man, I'm not alright. You keep messing up my lines, huh? You keep messing me up in the goddamn movie, man. Like, it's okay, John, just calm down. Like, it's okay for you, Daisy. You got a good role. Like, is my American accent good?
Yeah.
She all chilling. She chilling. She's like, somebody got to do it, John.
I know. And they got it. The very first trailer you saw, as you saw his sweaty black ass come getting up, And little do we know that was like 12 years a slave. Little did we fucking know that was fucking, him waking up to get away from the evil master, the Sith. I mean, come on, dude. They could have did him better, and unfortunately they didn't, And the other thing is, they always try to say, oh, it's the big four, right? They talk about Lando, they talked about Leia, they talked about Han Solo, and they talked about a Jedi guy, right? They talked about that stuff, right? But then years later, when they actually make this nostalgic movie, Lando ain't nowhere to be seen, and Luke is the last part. What the hell was they thinking? I mean, who sold this book? Who sold this? Who wrote this shit? It's like you got years that they criticized the Anakin shit. They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to get rid of. They couldn't wait to wipe that from their memories, right? The Anakin stuff, right? Those three, right? They and who knows what they would say if those Anakin movies were made today with these vocal anti-social justice warrior people talking about that Mace Windu. They gonna buy Mace Windu? Who the fuck is Mace Windu? They just made this shit up. They just threw that black guy in there. He didn't know no Yoda. Yoda never mentioned no Mace Windu. Just made some shit up, right? And so then you think about years later, they say, okay, so we're gonna make these brand new movies, and we're gonna do a new generation or whatever the fucking story's gonna be about, and but we gotta bring the old other characters in there, because I remember when they first announced that all of them were gonna be back for Star Wars, because they never thought of Star Wars. Like I remember Luke Skywalker, what's his name, Mark Hamill. saying that he got a call. They said, hey, they making Star Wars, and they want him to be. He gonna be in it. He gonna be a central part. And he like, God damn, are you serious? And then I remember doing the movie.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill said that J.J. Abrams and the Disney people, they had a whole bit different interpretation of his character than he had, right? You could tell he had some problems with it, right? You know, and I don't even think it was JJ. I think it was these fucking Disney people who don't know, who didn't know what to do. They want to please the old fuckers, and then all of a sudden they started seeing the trailers, and maybe they saw John because they really started like they were featuring John Boyega, because John Boyega, if you go back to that first trailer, it really he was the first. I'm talking about years of not seeing Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
And I bet you these people they wasn't reading it because I was like, hey, the minute I found out they can't, because I knew John Boyega from Kids on the Block, right?
Attack on the Block.
Huh?
Attack on the Block.
Yeah, that one. And I also know him from Attack on the Block, you know. So, you know, but after years later, after he made Kids on the Block, you know, and then they bring shit, and I'm telling you, man, it's like, what the fuck, man. You know, he you know, so I knew it was familiar with him. But I think some of them people had no idea what the fuck was going on. They were like, oh, they fan Star Wars, but they don't read shit, you know, because they dumb. They ain't reading shit. They like, well, it's coming out, the movie's coming out, you know. And then when they first started, they said, hey, there's a new Star Wars trailer, and it's supposed to be with the old people, the old guys, right? And they thinking, oh man, and the first person they see is this black dude. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh no, what's the trailer at? Is it on a different channel? Where's that Star Wars trailer at? I just saw a black dude. That's all I was like, what the hell? You know? So they know they had to, they you know, just had to be like, you know, what the fuck? You know?
You know what? I feel bad. I kind of feel bad for John Boyega. I remember when it was like, I think a few days before the premiere of Force Awakens, and he just got really silent about it, right? He was like, he wasn't talking much about the movie at all, right?
Yeah.
But he was there for that event, like, that they had. That was supposed to be like in celebration of finishing the movie, and then it was supposed to be like a few days before the premiere, right? And he's at this, like, it's like, how you feel the movie? He's like, you know, I'm very excited. I'm very excited, right? So then he had his friend, one of his friends come up. And he's like, yeah, man, my boy's about to be a John, yeah? You know, and I was like, and John Boyega had a look on his face like, yeah.
Yeah, about that. You know, Jeff, you know what happened. John Boyega was telling all his friends, he's like, man, guess what? I'm a fucking Jedi, man. I'm a Jedi. You know, he was telling Skippy, he was telling Two-Ball, he was telling O-Dog, he was telling all of them, right? And they were like, shit, man, you know. And they were telling, you know, they told everybody. He said, hey, man, you can't, it's a secret. We can't be telling these, you know, they gonna fire me. And, you know, he went and told everybody. And everybody in the hood do. They were always celebrating, you know, my friend gonna be there. And then the minute he said that, you know, John Boyega was like, oh, shit, how am I gonna get out of this? You know.
Well, it's just like even going back to, where, you know, we were talking about what you said his parents, like, what his parents are African, right? Like, just going back to his African dad, because we saw the clip where he got the role to play Finn.
Yeah.
And it was him and his father reacting to him getting the role, and both of his father were jumping up and down. I could just imagine like the same thing for his parents. He's like, yo, I'm gonna be a Jedi, I'm gonna be a Jedi. And they're like, my son be a Jedi. Yes, my son gonna be a Jedi. And then when I watched the movie, they're like, son, is that Jedi? You died. You died. You dead in the movie.
Yeah.
You are dead. You are not Jedi. Jedi die in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And why you got to say Ray all the time? Ray, Ray.
What are you doing with this white guy?
Oh my,
You are with the white guy all the time. You're
yeah.
not inside this movie.
Through that whole movie, I kept thinking that this is all going to be turned around, and so any moment it's going to be turned around. And when they got to the Lupita character, I was like, oh, I remember that scene in the trailer, and that's when it's going to be John Boyega. They talking about John Boyega. They see the Forces Roja, and no, it's Daisy Ridley, right? And this was probably about the last part of the 2/3 of the movie, right? We were basically getting to the third act, right? And I just knew at that point, I was just like, oh my God, that like, should we walk out? Or should we, And I said, well, okay, well, we haven't got to the lightsaber scene. What the fuck is that about? Why is she, and I said, well, wait a second, maybe this is just a mistake, right? And then we got to that fucking lightsaber scene, and you realize that he ain't gonna be no Jedi, especially when she picked up that lightsaber, and started fucking. And the worst part about it is we were already feeling bad because the black dude wasn't gonna be no Jedi, and not only that, they just basically made him a sanitary. They just really fucked him, made him a coon through the whole movie. That was bad enough, right? But then they had to give her all these powers where, as incompetent as he was, she was a zillion more times competent. To come 100% opposite of him. You know what I'm saying?
No. What she got, it's like what a new like Destiny player gets.
What?
what she got, it's like what a new light Destiny player gets. Where all veteran players had to unlock all this crap throughout the years. That you have to work your way all the way up to light level 1350 or whatever. A new light player just gets it.
Yeah.
They just get it.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, yeah, there's abilities in the game, but because you're new here, you just get it for free.
Nah, you totally wrong on that. You are absolutely wrong on that. Well, the reason why I say that is the Destiny players who worked to get 1350, right? Well, if the actual true comparison to the Ray is they would have been 1560, right? You know what I mean? That's how that. You know what I'm saying? Because she just totally within 4 seconds of realizing somehow she got Jedi powers, she surpassed Luke. The entire thing that he did.
She surpassed everyone.
Yeah. Anakin, Luke, they ain't never been no Jedi like it. And within the first 5 minutes of her understanding she's a Jedi. Her and Kylo Ren has been practicing this shit. He had been trained, and obviously trained a little bit by Luke, I guess. And then she just comes in there and fucks his ass up, right? With no training, none. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't. I wasn't. I was just respectfully trying to disagree with you, but I just think that that's if we're gonna draw an analogy, then it's really truly that they just basically gave her the powers of a god. You know how you got like Kratos, and Kratos got all these things. They basically like, well, fuck her. Kratos. You don't have to go through all these different adventures to get all this stuff to make you be able to fight Ares. They basically just said, oh fuck Ares. We gonna make you so more powerful. We make you powerful than Zeus, Ares. Just all you, her Daisy. You powerful. You God roll 3.0 right now, right?
was so stupid.
Yeah.